Howdy champs, my name is Mohit and people, today I'm going to show you how to make a very simple fade in gallery in Jquery through Jquery using Dreamweaver. I'm using version CS6. It's okay if you were using an older version like 5 or 5.5. That shouldn't really matter. Alrighty people, up front straight away I would like to show you the browser preview. I've used 5 thumbs out here and see what happens when I go on clicking on these thumbs. You can see the first picture fade in this main bigger area, and likewise that happens for the second image, the third, the fourth, and the fifth image too. Alright, and I can go on clicking and the same fade in is repeated and the corresponding bigger image is thrown in the main area out here. I've used a table people, just makes it very easy to organize. Sometimes I'm completely against the theory that tables are a complete no in the conventional web development. That's not true. Sometimes they really make things very snappy. Alright, now that you have seen the browser preview, let's jump inside the HTML, CSS and the jQuery, how it was actually written. Alright, so people, I've used an external JS file which I've called gallery.js. Will be available as a free download from my website qualitylessons.net/downloads number 1.html. Alright, barely 13-14 lines of JavaScript or jQuery that we'll not be writing all over again, but what I'll be doing is I'll be taking you through the source code and we'll be doing the source code all over again. Alright, so you'll get a much better idea how. So basically in a nutshell, we are going to reconstruct the HTML CSS document. Okay, so before I can reconstruct, obviously it goes without saying that I must demolish, must destroy the HTML document. But even before that, I would like to show you my local site folder, how things look like inside the local site folder. Let me bring it up for you. Okay, just give me a sec. Alright, okay, now this is how the local site folder actually looks. I've got a folder called large, which contains the larger images that are being shown in the main bigger area. So these are the 5 main bigger images. We have a thumbs folder and it contains these smaller images, basically the thumbnails, which are 72 by 72 pixels each, and when these thumbs are actually clicked, a bigger corresponding image is thrown in the main area. Right, so this is the HTML CSS document, gallery.html. This is the externally kept gallery JS file that I just showed you, was around 13-14 lines of JavaScript, and this is the backbone, the main jQuery file, the latest jQuery file, the latest jQuery version 1.9.1 minified. At the time of writing is the latest jQuery version. You can easily grab it. You can grab the minified version from jquery.com. Anybody can do that quite easily. Or you can use a CDN and content delivery network systems too. You can Google up what a CDN is. So either you can just grab it from jquery.com or use a CDN. Or alternatively, you can just grab it, grab the whole, all the assets bundled up together in a zip format from my website, qualitylessons.net/downloads1.html. Cool. Alright, so let's then get back to Dreamweaver, and as I promised you, let's construct it from the very beginning. Alright, so I'm going to empty up everything that's inside the style tags, opening closing style tags completely. I'm going to remove these script tags too completely. I'm going to remove everything inside the body tags completely, like so, except that I'm going to keep the outer division which has an ID space out. So inside the body opening closing tags we have a division which has an ID space out, which I'm gonna I'm gonna push in some rules for space out in a moment. Alright, first things first, people. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside the let's go immediately after the style tags and link it to the main JavaScript file and the gallery.js file. Alright, so we say script type is gonna be text JavaScript, and the source, beg your pardon, the source is gonna be always link it to the main JavaScript file first, jQuery 1.9.1 minified. Alright, close the script tag like so. Right, have another script tag going out here, have the type attribute and text JavaScript. The source this time is gonna be the externally kept gallery.js file. Right, let's close the script tag out here like so. Alright, so this is let's save it up. Okay, people. Alright, notice the moment I saved, next to the source code you could see jQuery 1.9.1 minified and the gallery.js appear next to source code. That is an indicator that yes, the two externally kept JavaScript files have been properly linked up. Very cool. Let's get back to the source code, and this time let me write out the rules for the ID space out. I'm gonna click on this plus button. Automatically the contextual selector is is pulled up as ID, and the name is auto populated out here, space out. For convenience sake, I'm gonna create an internal or an embedded rule, not an external CSS file, although I can do that too, and it's the preferred way of working, but just keeping things simple here. Let me go out here. Let's go to the box category. Let me choose a width of 550. Now people, the width, the height, or the margins that I'm using out here is basically to suit my gallery, but in your case it may be different. Please feel free to exercise your own values, your own measurements. And I'm not gonna touch the height, let it be auto. I'm gonna say the padding 10, the or rather let's go with 20, padding 20 all around, margin 20 all around. So basically creating space inside that's padding and outside that's margins of 20 pixels all on all the four sides. And as well as I'm gonna go in for the background color. Let me go with let's go with the bound sign 333. Very nice soothing color. Alrighty. Okay, so I've defined the ID space out for this division. Okay, next up people, I'm gonna push in a table inside this division. So I'm gonna come out here in line number 22. I'm gonna say insert table, and basically the table width is exactly what I want it to be, 520. I'll take it up, but I'll just change the cell padding to 5, the cell spacing to 5 out here. I'm gonna go with 2 rows 5 columns. That's absolutely all right. There's nothing else I would want to change. I would make sure the header is set to a none. I think I'm gonna skip the caption and the summary too. I'm gonna say okay. All right, let's click the refresh button. So an empty table has been inserted out here. Next people, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click out here. Basically that's selected the whole div. In fact, I just need to select the table, so I'm gonna come out here and select the whole table. I'm gonna give it an ID of gallery. Alright, notice that as an attribute the ID appears out here inside the opening table tag, which has the width attribute set to 520, border set to 0, cell padding and cell spacing 5, cell spacing 5 pixels each, ID is gallery. Alright, so we have a TR here and a lot of TDs inside here. Okay, first up people, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the top row like this, and I'm gonna merge the top row into one. So I'm gonna merge the selected cells. So notice what happens out here. these 5 different cells just become one. Not only that, I'm going to make sure that the horizontal alignment for the top row is center. Alright, so call span is equal to 5, align is equal to center are the two attributes that appear in the opening TD tag. Cool, very cool. Okay, I'm also going to select the bottom row like so. Alright, and I'm going to set the horizontal alignment to a center for this one too. So align center attribute appears out here in the opening table tag. Okay, very cool. Now let me just crunch this area a little bit. I'm gonna push in these thumbs out here in these cells 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I'm gonna click out here. You see it's centered up simply because the align attribute is set to a center. I'm gonna start inserting my thumbs. I'm gonna say insert, I'm gonna say image, I'm gonna go to my site root, I'm gonna go inside thumbs, I'm gonna pull up the first thumb. Now deliberately I'm gonna choose this thumb and not this thumb, simply because this thumb is the the corresponding larger bigger image is the biggest one. So choose the thumb whose corresponding bigger image is the biggest one. Okay, if in your case all the images are of the same size, then it's okay, but if they are of the varying size, different size, see, thumbs out here are 72 each, but the corresponding bigger images have a different size. So what I've done is I'm going to push in the first thumb which has the biggest image. So what will happen when the the images change? It will correspond to the biggest size. That is exactly what I have in mind. So I'm going to choose this thumb. Right, first I'm skipping the alternate text, I don't really need it. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to click out here in the second cell. I'm going to say insert image, and this image, the third insert. I'm going on inserting the thumbs, people. Right, image, fourth thumb, all the thumbs are 72 each, and insert image, fifth and the last one. I'm actually done. Okay, now what I need to do is in the bigger area, right, the top row, I need to insert a big image. Now I'm gonna say insert, I'm gonna say image, but I'm gonna go to this the site root, and this time dig inside the large folder and choose the corresponding bigger. This is the biggest image, people, 520 390. If you remember, the table I had selected a size of 520 for that that was the width of the table 2, matching the width of this biggest image of all the 5 bigger images that I'm using. Let me select this one, skip the alternate text, and I'm actually done. Now after selecting the bigger image, making sure that the bigger image is selected, I'm going to go out here where it says ID, and I'm going to type main, and I'm going to hit enter. Alright, so people, just remember this main bigger area which has this biggest image, okay, has an ID of main, as you can clearly see out here. If I go to the code view momentarily, let's see the setup. In the opening row which is out here, you have opening closing TD, table data, call span 5, align center. This is the big image and has an ID of main. Alrighty. Okay, and these are the 5 TDs for the corresponding thumbs, width and height 72 each. As you can clearly see out here. So this is the arrangement so far. The width of the table is 520, the border is 0, cells padding, cell spacing, creating some cushion for the thumbs, and the main bigger image, 5 pixels each. Alright, so that's what we have done so far. Next, people, let me go back to the split view. This time choose the first thumb. Okay, and I'm gonna link it to the bigger picture, the main bigger picture. The small thumb, link it up to the main bigger picture. So I'm gonna go out here where it says link, I'm gonna link it up. I'll click out here where it says folder or browse for file, and go to the large folder, look for the corresponding bigger image, which is this one, and say okay. Similarly, I'm going to repeat the process for the remaining 4 thumbs. I'm going to select this other thumb, go out here where it says link it up with the corresponding bigger image. Third picture, link it up. Fourth picture, link it up. And fifth thumb, link it up with the corresponding bigger image inside the large folder. I'm actually done. What I've done is I've created all these 4 or 5 thumbnails into I've linked them up to with the corresponding bigger images. Let's save it up. Alrighty, let's go to the code view momentarily to understand the changes that have taken place so far. So in the lower TR, or the table row, what exactly has happened is the images have turned themselves into links. You see an opening anchor tag out here, a tag out here, a closing a tag out here, and the href attribute pointing to the large folder and the corresponding bigger images, like so. So basically the thumbs are nothing but images linked up to the main bigger images, right? So simply speaking, those thumbs are nothing but anchors, basically anchor tags. That's exactly what they are. Let's take up a browser preview now, okay, and see, things are looking just the way they were earlier, quite similar to the way they were earlier. Let's click on these thumbs, and people, the gallery that I destroyed is back, isn't it? It's fading in. It was so simple to create. Okay, the only aberration that I find out here is maybe the div is a little bigger than I want it to be. So what I can do is I can go out here where it says space out, and I can just go to the box category, drop the width to, let's say, a 540. Let's try 540. Let's see how it actually looks like. Let's save the changes, have a look. Okay, I think this is better. Okay, I also thought that the background color of black was better, so let's change it to black. Okay, now people, I'm gonna go and show you exactly what's there inside the gallery.js file. The 14 lines of 13-14 lines of JavaScript that is actually firing off this kind of a behavior, the fade in behavior. It's actually very simple. Now I've used the document.ready function out here. Basically when the DOM is ready, and you can when you can actually manipulate the different elements, then I'm declaring 2 variables. This is the first variable, which I have called large img, or large image. Obviously you could have chosen a different name too. So this variable large image, I made it equal to the main image. People, if you remember in the source code, this main bigger image, I'd given it an ID of main, if you remember. Okay, so yep. So what I'm doing out here is I'm inside the variable large image. I'm saving in the ID main, so referring to the main bigger picture. Okay, I'm declaring yet another variable thumb, and that's equal to the table with the ID gallery. So people, let me refresh your memories. The table had been given an ID of gallery. Let's get back to the source code. This is the table opening tag, and I'd give it an ID of gallery. See, you can note it out here too, gallery, right? So this variable thumb is equal to the table with an ID of gallery and the anchor tag out here. So basically it's referring to the different anchors, so basically the different thumbs. In a nutshell, this refers to the 5 thumbs, because those 5 thumbs are the anchors, or basically the links inside the table. So this is the main bigger picture, right? And these are the 5 different thumbs, so I'm referring to them as this. So $ table hash calorie space A, right? And I'm saying when somebody clicks on these thumbs, so thumb dot click, so if somebody clicks on any of the thumbs, I would want an anonymous function to fire, and let's see what it does. I'm declaring yet another variable. Now this variable I've called new src, or new source, and I made it equal to this. Now this refers to the thumb that's clicked. You can't click on 5 thumbs together, so the thumb that's being clicked at that moment, the attribute of that, which attribute? The href attribute of that. So I'm pulling in the href attribute of the thumb that's being clicked, and if you remember, all the thumbs are actually linked to the main bigger pictures. So I'm actually saving that main bigger picture out here in this variable called new source. Let me take you back to the source code. If you remember, all the thumbs which are actually links have an href that points to the large folder and the corresponding bigger images, right? So by declaring this variable new source, or new src, I'm pulling in the attribute of these the thumbs, and then what I'm saying out here in line number 9 is, through the attr method, that please change the source to the new source when you click on the thumb. That's exactly why when you click on the thumb, it turns itself, you see the when the thumb is clicked, the large image, which is the main area, has a change of attribute source, which then displays the corresponding main bigger image. So through the attr method, I'm changing the source of the main image. I'm using the stop method out here, so if any animation is going on, it'll stop that animation queue. But where is the animation going on? It will in the next line. It will follow soon, and here it follows. Through the css method, I'm first making the opacity of the large image to a 0, and then through the fade to method, T capital people, please remember that I'm slowly changing the opacity to a 1, so it will fade into an opacity of 1 over slow is 600 milliseconds, normal is 400, and fast is 200. Okay, so either you can use a number out here, or you can say just slow, normal, or fast. Cool. So slowly it will fade into back to an opacity of 1. And what exactly does the return false do out here? It does not allow the link to, the default behavior when you click on a link is to take you to that link. It does not allow that to happen, but instead it just changes the attr or the attribute of the main image to the attr or the attr href of the thumb. This refers to the thumb. That's exactly why when you click on the thumb, it does not, by default, the default behavior is to open the a large bigger image in a new page. That does not allow that to happen. Because I've used the return false out here, it will suppress that behavior. The default behavior will be suppressed, but instead the main image, large image, will change its source to the new source, which is decided out here through this variable. Alright, so we have the fade in effect out here. Alright, so people, I'm gonna wind the tutorial now, and before I do that, let me show you a publish preview once again. Okay, just coming up. So quite clearly every thumb when clicked brings up the corresponding main bigger picture in the main area. Alright, it goes without saying, people, and that's nothing but common sense, that I've used 5 thumbs out here. You could have used many more. And what I've done out here is I've upfront pushed in this biggest picture out here, so that the smaller pictures too will correspond to the same size. You can use that technique too if your images are of different sizes. So even though the this image is smaller than this image, the main bigger image that is, it'll still blow up to the full size. Okay, so people, I hope you like this tutorial, enjoyed it too, and I'll also hope that you'll keep coming back for more. You have a good day. Bye bye. Peace.